Well, this source close to Asia Wilson is claiming they offered Asia Wilson more money than Caitlin Clark to play in the.
You come at the queen, you better not miss. But what happens when the queen comes at the rookie and ends up looking foolish in the process? What happens when the established face of the league tries to humble the new golden child, only to have it blow up in her face instantly? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today, we're breaking down the most explosive and fascinating drama in the WNBA right now. Aya Wilson versus Caitlin Clark. For months, the media tried to spin this as just competition, claiming the veterans were welcoming Caitlin to the league. But let's be honest, we all saw what happened. The hard fouls, the shade in press conferences, and the moment Aya Wilson tried to embarrass Caitlin Clark and instead exposed her own insecurity for the world to see. This isn't just about basketball. It's about power, money, and a changing of the guard. When Aya, two-time MVP, champion, and the face of the Las Vegas Aces, took a shot at Caitlin Clark, she thought she was asserting dominance, reminding everyone whose league this is. But the reaction? Instant backlash. And Caitlin's calm response on the court? Absolute karma in action. Let's set the stage. Aya Wilson has been the standard for years. Her resume is undeniable. Then comes Caitlin Clark, a rookie, not even a single professional minute, yet selling out arenas Aya couldn't fill in 5 years, signing a $28 million Nike shoe deal before Aya even had a signature shoe. Think that didn't sting? Of course it did. And the resentment bubbled over. It started with subtle tweets about charter flights and special treatment. Then comments implying Caitlin's popularity was due to her race, ignoring the fact that she was dropping 40 points a game. But the real attempt to embarrass Caitlin came on the court and through the media narrative. The plan was simple: bully the rookie, make her look weak, expose her defense. Double teams, hard fouls, highlight reels of Caitlin struggling. The Aces wanted a viral moment where Aya could say, "See, she's just hype." But here's the backfire. Instead of looking like a dominant veteran teaching a lesson, Aya Wilson looked obsessed and bitter, attacking a rookie like it was a personal vendetta. The fans saw through it immediately. The aggression was over the top. The focus was excessive. It didn't look like basketball. It looked personal. And in doing that, Aya inadvertently elevated Caitlin Clark. You don't double-team a nobody. You double-team a killer. By treating Caitlin like the ultimate enemy, Aya confirmed her status as a legitimate threat. Then there's the business side, and this is where it gets hilarious. Aya thought by diminishing Caitlin's hype, she'd prove to sponsors that she was the league's real asset. Instead, every attempt to shade Caitlin only strengthened her brand. Her jersey sales spiked. Ratings soared. The narrative became Caitlin against the world, marketing gold. Look at the optics. Aya Wilson, established legend, looking bitter and pressed. Caitlin Clark, calm, resilient, refusing to engage in the drama, just playing basketball. That's stoic silence. The ultimate power move. Caitlin is saying, "I'm here to play. You're here to play games." Remember their first matchup, Aces versus Fever. Aya came out aggressive, trying to dominate every possession. Sure, she put up numbers. She's a superstar. But the story of the game wasn't her dominance. The story was her desperation. Meanwhile, Caitlin hit step-back threes, threaded impossible passes, and controlled the narrative without saying a word. The media talked about jealousy, not greatness. Aya wanted to school Caitlin. Instead, the headline read, "Why are WNBA vets so insecure about Caitlin Clark?" And then there's the shoe deal. Caitlin's $28 million Nike signature deal? That set Aya off. She posted, liked comments, made it clear she felt disrespected. Sure, she has a point. She's a multi-time champion. But directing that energy at Caitlin instead of the system backfired. Caitlin is generating more revenue in 3 months than most players do in a career. By trying to attack her deal, Aya only highlighted the league's failure to market its stars effectively for the last decade. Aya tried to make Caitlin look like an industry plant. Instead, she exposed the truth. Caitlin Clark is the real deal, and the league is finally catching up.
that has been the biggest thing, is speculation around if Caitlin Clark would be playing. The league also said that they would give her equity in the league. So from this note, the internet kind of ran wild with that, including myself, because another player who is also number 22, who a lot of people have also been speculating about, is A'ja Wilson.
This is the most dangerous part for A'ja Wilson. The WNBA has a loyal core fan base, sure, but Caitlin Clark brought in millions of new fans. These viewers don't know the history, they don't know the politics. All they see is a rookie being targeted by angry veterans. And when you try to embarrass the fan favorite, you become the enemy of the people. Social media lit up. I used to like A'ja, but this behavior is ugly. Why is she so bitter? She's acting like a high school bully. That's brand damage that's hard to recover from. Ironically, if A'ja had welcomed Caitlin, put an arm around her and said, "Let's grow this league together," she would have been the ultimate hero, the benevolent queen guiding the next generation. She would have sold more shoes, because a rising tide lifts all boats. But instead, she chose conflict. She chose to try and sun her rookie rival. And now she looks like the old guard, desperately holding on to power slipping through her fingers. Let's talk on-court strategy. The Aces tried to pressure Caitlin full court, trap her, force turnovers, make her look incompetent handling the ball. Sure, Caitlin turned it over at times. She's a rookie point guard on a struggling team. But every time she broke the press, split the defense, or pulled up from 30 feet, the Aces' intensity looked ridiculous, like bringing a tank to a knife fight and still getting schooled. When you try that hard to stop one player, and she still drops 15, 20 points with 7 assists, you haven't embarrassed her. You've validated her. Other players are noticing too. The league's perception is shifting. Caitlin's fans are growing, and every failed attempt to dunk on her is a reminder that she's the cash cow driving ticket sales, merchandise, and viewership. By targeting her, A'ja is biting the hand that's about to feed her a max contract. It's short-sighted, emotional, and bad business. Caitlin's response: calm, respectful, and deadly effective. She praises A'ja in interviews, calls her a great player, respects the game. That contrast makes A'ja's aggression look petty, unprovoked, and one-sided. Caitlin is living rent-free in her head, without even trying. The attempt to embarrass Caitlin has failed. She's still starting, still selling out arenas, still the story. The narrative has shifted from "can Caitlin survive?" to "why won't the vets let her live?" A'ja Wilson needs to pivot. Every eye roll, every subtweet, every shade thrown chips away at the respect she worked years to earn. The reality? The torch is being passed. A'ja is still an MVP. She's still elite. But she's no longer the only story. And trying to embarrass the new star doesn't make her the main character again. It makes her the villain. And in sports, the villain usually loses. A'ja tried to control the narrative through public perception, through humiliation. She lost. The fans rallied behind the underdog. The numbers back the rookie. And the game of basketball remains the same. The ball goes in the hoop. As long as Caitlin Clark keeps dropping unreal shots from distances we've never seen, no amount of shade, hard fouls, or veteran pettiness can stop what's coming. So what do you think? Did A'ja Wilson go too far? Is this genuine jealousy, or just competitive fire blown out of proportion by the media? Is Caitlin surviving the hazing, or has A'ja successfully exposed her? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into WNBA drama, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. The playoffs are coming, and if these two teams meet again, it's going to be absolute fireworks.